This is the story of a lion, a ruler who chose to die free rather than live in chains. In the year 1799, in the southern kingdom of Mysore, ruled a man feared by the British East India Company, Sultan Fateh Ali Tipu, known to the world as the Tiger of Mysore. He was a master strategist, a fearless warrior, and a man devoted to the dream of freedom. He brought innovation to the battlefield, introducing rocket artillery long before the British even imagined such a weapon. But most of all, he was the one man in southern India who refused to bow before the British crown. The British could not tolerate him. They saw in Tipu Sultan a threat to their control, a man who would rather see his land burn than be enslaved. And so they formed an alliance with the Nizam of Hyderabad and the Maratha Confederacy to bring the tiger down once and for all. This was the beginning of the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War, a war whose only goal was the end of Tipu Sultan. On May 4, 1799, the British army surrounded Seringapatam, Tipu's capital. Cannons roared day and night, shaking the very walls of the city. Smoke filled the air. Amid the chaos, the British sent him an offer: surrender and live. Tipu Sultan, standing proud, replied with a smile, "It is better to live one day as a lion than 100 years as a jackal." There would be no surrender. That afternoon, the enemy breached a section of the fort's wall. Soldiers poured in like a dark wave. Tipu immediately ordered the city gates shut to protect the women and children. Then, sword in hand, he took his place at the front lines. The clash of steel, the crack of muskets, the cries of the wounded, the battlefield turned into a storm of smoke and blood. Even as bullets ripped through the air, Tipu fought fiercely. Then, a British soldier's musket ball struck him in the side. Another attacker slashed him with a sword. Bleeding heavily, he staggered, but his eyes still burned with defiance. In his final moments, he spoke words that would echo through history. To live in slavery is worse than to die for freedom. A final strike came, and the Tiger of Mysore fell to the ground. The battlefield went silent. Tipu Sultan had fought his last fight. The British buried him with respect, but his kingdom was lost. Yet, his courage became a spark, a flame of resistance, that would inspire generations long after the smoke of that day had faded. This is the story of a ruler who never bowed, never betrayed his people, and who chose the honor of death over the shame of chains. The tiger's roar may have ended, but its echo still lives on.